that bothers you, well, that's too bad. But if you got pride and you're proud you do, hey, we could use some more like me and you. Where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Happy Saturday afternoon to you. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday afternoon. I am just pulled up to my computer. I am going to do some editing on day 3. I am back from just an awesome day of motorcycle riding. The weather was great. Great company. Me and Jeff went and we did the Mille Lacs Loop. We did the Lake Mille Lacs Loop. We've done it. I've done it many times. And there was just a couple of years ago where I hadn't done it at all, and now I've done it so many times. Like I love it. I honestly would never even need to use a GPS or anything at this point. So we did the 200 miles, and we were up there. We were meditating on the beach, up in Father Hennepin's Park, and this guy rolls up on a bike, and I subsequently learned his name, Manuel. And he rolls up and he goes, "Hey, you guys got a cigarette? Either one of you guys got a cigarette?" And I was like, yeah, no, I don't smoke. Don't do anything like that. I quit that." And then Jeff's like, "Yeah, I don't smoke either. And but you know what? What else you got going on?" And we just started chatting with him. And I think I gave him probably 4 or 5 hugs. It was just a personal thing, right? And I think we hugged it out a couple more times before we left, and the divine design was full front and center in my life today, and that gives me hope. It gives me encouragement and inspiration that I'm on the right path, even though sometimes, as you can see, life is changing in a matter of a heartbeat, in an instant, and it's not always easy because you don't know how things are going to change and what it's going to look like for you in the future. But I guarantee if you're doing the right thing and you're staying steady with that, doing the right thing and the next right thing, things are eventually gonna work out, and the dark clouds are gonna pass. So I got this year has been probably the most enjoyable year on my motorcycle that I've ever had, and I had a lot of stuff planned for this summer before I lost my job and stopped working. And so I don't think I'm going to be able to do quite everything that I wanted to do this summer, but I am very happy, and I'm going to show you some patches. The Badlands, Twine Ball, can you believe that? And I got this really cool, it's a sticker, but it's going to be a patch. That's going to be a leather patch, and that's going to get put on. And of course I made it to the Ice Cream Social this year, Monty Bash a couple of years in a row now. Get your ass over the pass, 10,947 feet tall. Texas, we got a couple of Oklahomas. I like those. I'm drawn to this one. And then I got Rockport, Texas. Right. We got another Rockport, Texas. I think I'm partial at this one. I think going coastal. And then I got this one down at in Minneapolis. All drugs are bad. Clapson Sun. And then Butler Customs, I got to find room for that one. That's a big one. And then Yellowstone National Park, Badlands, and I already got this one on there in orange, but this one. And then I'm gonna throw my favorite Harley dealership on there. And so those are some of the patches that I got this summer already. And I'm building a new vest. It should be a good rest of the year, and I'm hoping that it will be. And I noticed on the news yesterday, or not on the news, but on scrolling through Facebook, that there was another deadly accident at the state of Minnesota yesterday, I believe, or the day before. And I honestly tried to get rid of my social media. I deactivated my Facebook account, and then I had to activate it again because I figured out that was the only way that I was messaging people through Messenger. Is that I do talk to a lot of people on Messenger, so I had to. So as soon as I logged back in, I think it reactivated my account, and so I am moving forward with trying to just post vlog, riding, Harley, inspiration, encouragement, recovery, and not so much what I have going on, because I understand that sometimes the more I share, the less potent things are in my life, right? So the lessons that I'm learning in my life are for me, not for everybody else. So I need to learn to bring that in and to share the good stuff, and maybe vest the other stuff, and just make sure that you guys are knowing that I'm encouraging anybody and everybody to work a program, a one day at a time program. I think that's really super important. And once you find your own rhythm and find your own niche in recovery, whatever that may be, maybe you like to do meetings, maybe you like to talk at meetings, maybe you like to speak, maybe you like to sponsor, maybe you like to do house calls, do interventions, just talk to people. I mean, there's so many avenues and areas of help once you get to the 12th step, that just by merely staying sober from fill in the blank, you're helping other people do the same, because you are an example. So it doesn't matter if you have 1 day or 10 days or 100 days or 1,000 days, 10,000 days maybe, you're still living it out. You're still being that example, so other people can say, oh, I know Jesse, he has some time, so I know what he's saying might be working for him, so maybe it'll work for me. And that's what it's all about, is trying to spread the wealth, and then the wealth of knowledge, and the help. Spread the help. So yeah, 200 miles today we did, and I look forward to the next journey. And I thought I'd just give you guys a quick little shout out, a little quick little video today. I'm gonna edit some stuff and get something cold to drink, and maybe even catch a nap today. I don't know. I've been up early the last 4 or 5 days, so yeah, there is a lot going on, and a lot of unknowns. Yeah. And life will do that. Life will present itself in many different ways, and sometimes it's hard for us to stay positive and to remind ourselves that we have more in the tank. We just have to reserve. We have to go into the reserve sometimes. And I had somebody the other day tell me, I think you're just tired, man. I think you've been go for so long. I think you're just wore out. And that's a very good read, because I feel it. I do. I feel it. I feel like I have burnout, and the only thing for me to do is to keep going, right? The only way for me to stay sober from alcohol, heroin, meth is to keep doing the things that I've been doing, because it's proved successful. Now, there are some challenges in life that might not equate to what we've dealt with before, or might not equal what we've dealt with before, but I can assure you that perhaps when we go through it, we'll realize that, what were we worried about? Life is going to give us, never give us too much that we can handle. So we ask God for blessings, and for all the discernment, and for all the courage and strength to go through what we're going to go through as people, believers, right? Because there's a different set of rules for people who believe and for people who don't. Not that saying that we're privileged or anything like that, but to say that we have different aspirations, and we have different goals and intentions, right? We're trying to get closer to God. We're trying to get closer to Source. We're trying to get closer to the thing that's been giving us breath, and giving us life, and giving us excitement, giving us ups, giving us downs. We want, and you should want to get closer to that. And you know what is the one thing that God, Manuel was describing that, God can't make us want Him. That's the one thing God doesn't do. We have free will, so to speak, right? We can make our choices for ourselves. And when we prove to ourselves that we think we can do it on our own, we tend to get a little bit further away from God. But the more that we rely on that power and on that source, we get closer and closer and closer, and we become more and more and more like who else but like Jesus or Buddha or any of these other enlightened figures that have come into our world in the past and have said, hey, you can do it this way. Because Jesus isn't asking us to worship Him. He's asking us to believe in Him and what He teaches, right? And so if we do that, we start to be like Jesus, and we start to act like that, then the world's obviously going to be a better place. And that goes for so many different areas of our life. And I wanted to touch on that because there was a really good conversation that was had this morning on religion, and on organized religion. And I don't think anybody in their right mind is wanting to be a part of something that might be not true, but it happens to be that we who have a faith in something real, and don't let anybody tell you any different. Because if you know you have a faith in something real, then that's all you need. You don't need other people to validate that or to tell you it's real or it's not real. You go along sometimes being the quiet guy in the room or the quiet girl in the room and taking everything in and then speaking when everybody else is done. I know that in the Native American culture there's a lot of that, where they're taught to speak when everybody else is done speaking, and there's something there, So I think being more reserved in our comments and what we give out is definitely most assuredly a good thing, because we don't have all the answers and sometimes we feel like we do. So yeah, good day. Lots of sunshine today. I am super tired. I look it probably. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys again on the next one. I'm editing day 3, Beartooth. Whew, tomorrow is Yellowstone. Can't wait, you guys. So we'll keep you updated. Catch you on the next one. Don't stop, won't stop, can't stop, don't stop, won't stop. Something like that. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop. That's what it is. Get out there and enjoy some life today on this Saturday. We'll see you guys later. God bless you guys. Peace.